Hi guys, good afternoon. Arlene here from Lipa City, Batangas. Hello, it's me again. So today I wanna discuss to you something which actually Oliver and I discussed like 2 nights ago. So um, at the moment he is now in Russia and he is finishing his work for I think for the last 2 months, and then he has to come by the end of this month. And so most probably I will introduce you guys to him. Okay, so 2 nights ago we were discussing about respect, because how can I say, uh, uh, he is coming from a German family. He is an only son, he doesn't have brother or sister. So but for me, I have two sisters, and I have a lot of cousins. I have a lot of nieces and nephews from second cousins or third cousins. So it's actually how can I say, it's a very merry Christmas every year, because a lot of relatives are coming by at my aunt's house. So it's the time to meet every new family member in our family. And this year we will have a family reunion, because there's a lot of new addition to our family. So it's time to meet up new members, and Arvin and I, we will be putting our family tree, because yeah, basically we don't know the real name and the nicknames of other family members. So that is our project for this coming Christmas. And speaking of that, so we bought two native pigs for Christmas family reunion. So we will see whether two pigs will be slaughtered, or maybe one pig is already good enough for the whole family. So we will see. So looking back, sorry, going back to our topic. So we were talking at night, and then yeah, I don't know what happened, but we come across the word respect. And I think it's something to do with work. I cannot really remember, but it's just like we were discussing how respect is different from Germany and to the Philippines. And he said, and actually he said, I've noticed that you're always saying po or opo whenever you're talking to old people. And I said, yeah, basically because that's what I've been taught by grandmother. So with my sisters, that when we are talking to other people older than us, for people we know and for people we don't know, we have to answer politely and say po or opo, or hindi po. Sorry, po or opo or hindi po. So it's always coming with the word po. It's a sign of respect. So even now, I'm a little bit mature, but when I'm talking to the barangay tanods outside, or to an old lady at the shopping mall, or a little bit older than me, then I'm saying or answering with po. Opo, not so much, because now it's just getting millennial. So yes po, basically something like that. So, and no po, so it's just like mixing Tagalog and English, and we call it like Taglish, but still the word po is never omitted. It's always stay at the end of a phrase or a sentence. And for example, when my son is answering me with my question, then sometimes he forgot to answer with po, and then I directly said, hey, who am I? Am I your sister? So then he realized, oh, I have to add the word po. I said, yeah, that is a sign of respect. I'm your mother, so you have to respect me. And that is a tradition or a custom that we have to live by, and he has to pass it to his next generation. So that is something I'm really proud about the Philippine culture. So when it comes to families, then we are calling our grandmother or grandparents or grandfather, like here, because I'm a Batanggenyo, so we are calling them by Lola or Lolo. But we were used to call my grandfather as Nanay, because that's how we were taught, Nanay. And since we didn't have a grandfather, he died already before my mother was getting married, so we never met him, so it's only Nanay. And my mother has like 5 siblings, so she is the youngest. So it's first it's my uncle Nimesho, then no, it's first my aunt. So it's my aunt. She didn't, or she doesn't have any kids. She didn't get married at all. So she is single all her life. So it's my aunt. Her name is Arcadia. So we call her Kaka. Kakang Kading, because she's the oldest. Then it's my uncle, Tito Mini. So now it's getting, you know, millennials, Tito and Tita, right? Because that is how you call your uncles, Tito and Tita. Or in Tagalog, we call it Tiyo and Tia. So Tiyo for male and Tia for female. So Tito Mini, and then again, I don't know, and then it's Kakang Piling, because he's living in you know, in the rural area, and then we call him Kaka. And Tito is for someone who's living in the city, you know. I don't know how it get mixed up, but basically it's the same. And then Tita Abe, and then Tito Nilo, and then the youngest will be my mother. So basically, my mom, because she's the youngest child in the family, she has to call her brothers and sisters ate and kuya as a sign of respect, right? So but her ates and kuya will not call her something like ate or kuya, because she's the youngest. So they have to call her only by her name, Aida. That is applicable to my sister Rona, because she's the youngest. So she is calling us ate Arlene and ate Eileen, because she's the youngest. So ate and kuya depends on the hierarchy you are in the family, you know, who is the eldest and who is the youngest, second eldest, second youngest, something like that. So because my mother is the youngest, so we, me, my sister Eileen, and my sister Rona, we have to call our cousins, all of them, like ate and kuya. So that's a lot, right? And sometimes even though we are older than them, but still we have to call them ate or kuya as a sign of respect, because mom is the youngest child in the family. So that also works, because like my son Arvin is 15 years old, but I have a cousin, and her kids are like 13, 9 and 8, something like that. But Arvin has to call them ate and kuya, because this cousin is older than me per se when it comes to family, because her mother is older than my mother, because my mother, remember, is the youngest child in the family. So it's Oliver said it's very complicated. Yeah, it's very complicated, that's true. But he said, how do you know which one to call ate or kuya? I said, because the moment the child is able to speak, or our child is able to speak, we already taught them that, oh, that is your kuya, that is your ate, that is your kuya, that is your ate. And of course, when there are so many kuyas and ate, then you have to add the name or the nickname, right? That's how we do it. And for them, actually, yeah, basically he said, when you are talking directly to your brother or sister, you just say the name, like Michael or Ruben. And then when you are talking about them and you are with your friends, then you say bro Michael or sister Lydia, something like that. So it's, I think, I don't know, but she said that's how we do it. And when it comes to mother and father, we are calling, I called my mom Inay, and nowadays we are calling her Mamita because of a TV series, something like that. But yeah, everybody knows her now, Mamita. And my son Arvin is calling her Mita, that is the abbreviated form. And then Oliver was asking me, so how should I call your mother? I said, you have to call her Inay, because that's how we are calling her. Or you can say Mamita, it's okay. It's a sign of respect. Because he's a little bit worried because my mother is like, I think 11-12 years older than Oliver, you know, so they are almost on the same bracket. And for him, he is calling his parents Mama and Papa. Therefore, I have to call them as well Mama and Papa. But I'm still not so close to them, you know, and I'm a little bit shy. So I think next time when I visit Germany, then I have to call them by Mama and Papa, because I respect them, you know. They are the parents of my husband, as like we have here in the Philippines. You will call the parents by how your husband is calling them, right? As a sign of respect. And yeah, for other people, actually, like for those we don't know, we are calling them before, you know, Mang for male and Ale for women, right? But nowadays it's getting so millennial, so I don't know how you call them, guys, but for me, I'm calling them sir or Mang. But nowadays they are calling me mom. I don't know why, but in return, I'm calling them, if they are older than me, then I'm calling them Kuya or Ate. Because if I don't know the name, especially, you know, when I go to the range and I know she's older than me, then I call her Ate. And the range officers, some of them I call them Kuya, and the rest, when I know they are a little bit higher on the rank, then I call them sir. And yeah, and as well, we are also familiar with saying the titles before the names of the person, like when you are doctor, lawyer, and what else, judge, you know, mayor, vice mayor. And always I'm saying, like, you know, attorney, because that is a sign of respect. You have to respect the titles of that person. So that's why basically I know Filipinos are very respectful to other people, and actually I'm very proud of it, because it's how we do things here. And it's a Filipino values and traditions, and I think it has to continue. But on the other side, Oliver said that maybe it has not some good effect, right? Of course, it's good to respect other people, and you can show it in other ways, like you don't hurt them, you don't you know, disrespect them, or I don't know, other ways. But putting titles into names and then telling them or thinking that they are more important than you, then most probably it's also not good. For example, like I'm always going to the hospital, right? And I respect the doctors, and thinking that the doctor is more important than me, then he said it's not good. You are also as important as the doctor, right? Because there should be equality. And on the other hand, I know he is right. You know, he got some points really. So yeah, what can I say? But for me, I still wanna uphold this tradition, these customs, because I wanna pass it to my kid, and I will enforce or make sure that my kid will pass this to his kids. So with my nieces and nephews, because old people like me have to teach our young children, you know, our next generation, that we have to respect each other, that we have to protect each other, and there should be equality and fairness in everything. Oh my god, I think now I'm getting like Jesus or something. Sorry guys. Respect is really a big word, and yeah, it says everything, right? That's why they're saying respect begets respect. If you respect other people, then you will also get respected, right? So it's getting dark here. I hope that you can get something out of my of what I'm saying. And please, I want to hear comments, so please write something on the comment box. And good night guys, till next time, bye bye.